Hi there, Jamie here with Annapolis Discovered. We're standing here between the Chase-Lloyd and Hammond-Harwood houses, getting ready for a big event happening on May 4th, Derby Fest. Normally when you think of horse racing in Maryland, you think of the Preakness, but we're going to be talking with Rachel Lovett and Joyce White and this tie-in with the Kentucky Derby and why we're bringing it right here to Maryland Avenue. We're here in the beautiful garden of the Hammond-Harwood House meeting with Joyce White, food historian and member of the Board of Trustees here at the Hammond-Harwood House. And she's going to tell us a little bit more about this exciting event that's coming up.
Well, Derby Fest came to be because a lot of factors really. First of all, we have this wonderful portrait of George Washington sitting on his horse, and George Washington came to Annapolis for the horse races. And then in 1743, the Maryland Jockey Club was born right here in Annapolis. And one of their first sponsored events actually occurred on May 4th, which just happens to be Derby Day this year. So that's another reason why we're doing the Derby Fest on May 4th.
And we were talking about this connection with Kentucky.
Yes, so in the late 18th century, after the Revolutionary War, several families from St. Mary's County in Maryland emigrated to Kentucky. And one of those people who emigrated was a man named Basil Hayden, who brought with him his recipe for bourbon, which is a unique form of bourbon. Bourbon is traditionally just whiskey made primarily out of corn, and Basil Hayden's is made with rye as well, so it has an added complexity to it that you don't see in regular bourbon. So really, Kentucky bourbon has its origins in Maryland, and that's something that we can be proud of.
Homes will be open for tours,
yes,
screening here in the garden, all kinds of food in both houses and drinks for all.
Yes.
It should be a great day. We're heading inside to talk with Rachel Lovett, curator here at the Hammond-Harwood House. Hi Rachel, thanks so much for having us here at the Hammond-Harwood House. I'm really excited about this new partnership that you guys have with the Chase-Lloyd House. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how it came to be and this fun, exciting event that's happening?
Oh, sure. Well, you know, Hammond-Harwood House and the Chase-Lloyd House have a really long history together. Samuel Chase, one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, started the house but wasn't able to finish it. He ran out of money. One of his relatives, Hester Ann Chase, she actually purchased the property. And at the time, her sister, Frances Lockerman, was living in the house across the street right here. And now, of course, we're two different organizations, but we still have strong ties together. And we had an idea to do a joint fundraiser and harken back to our colonial Annapolis horse racing days. A painting in the museum's collection inspired the event.
Let me guess, it's the one right here behind us.
So this painting is done by Rembrandt Peale, which is one of the sons of Charles Willson Peale. This one was done posthumously in 1835 of our good friend George Washington.
So you mentioned this great new event that's happening, a way to kind of bring these two houses back together. I'd love to hear some more about what's going to be happening and how this can be an awesome fundraiser for these two homes.
Right. So essentially these two properties now are nonprofits. And so from time to time, it's essential that we do fundraisers to raise revenue for the institutions. And this event is going to be really fun. We're closing down the street between the two houses, and both properties have really lovely gardens. The food is actually included in the cost of the event, as well as all of the activities. And then there'll be $5 beer and wine, $8 mint juleps, and there'll be games and, of course, tours of the two historic properties.
So I hear there might be some hat making out front. You can watch the Derby out back.
Exactly. Yep, there'll be a hat making station, and so bring some crazy ideas to make some really fun hats for the Kentucky Derby, and we will have an opportunity to actually watch the Derby, which will be really fun.
Sounds like a great time.
Yes, it should be a wonderful time.
I really hope you'll make it out to Derby Fest. It's sure to be a fun afternoon of great food, horse racing, and most of all supporting these two historical treasures right here in Annapolis. And if you get your tickets online before May 3rd, they'll throw in a complimentary drink. I'm Jamie with Annapolis Discovered. I'll see you on our next adventure.